Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 882, Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Tacomalda, and joining me today in pretend low Earth orbit, we have, as usual, Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
And Krista Bona.
Hi.
Gentlemen, everything's great. We spent a good 20 minutes before I hit record talking about so many great things that are already on this, also on this list, kind of, so we'll be fresh.
So they changed the default layout. Did it affect your side at all?
Yeah, it's totally different.
Oh, okay.
So you can if you wanted to, you could make the taco zone image a little narrower, and it would stretch to fit. I mean, or you can look at it on the live stream because I think it'll fill the available. Oh, now we're up top. That's pretty exciting. You could look at it on the live stream and you could twiddle it to your heart's content if you wanted, Chris, or you could just leave it as is because
it's driving me a little fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to look at that window.
That seems reasonable. That's what
I'm going to do.
Otherwise,
cool spaceship and everything.
Otherwise, you might
I'll work
find
on my
somebody.
Background, you know.
Yeah, no, we've all had the same backgrounds for like 5 years. You could kill somebody if you get angry enough, and then it's a good thing that there are tools that exist now.
Is this another JD Vance kills the Pope joke?
No, this isn't. Although I did title the episode Conclave, because I figure we can decide who the next Pope is. Do either of you guys have like a cigarette that we can like smoke, get some smoke in there?
It's the white smoke that means they've come to a decision, as opposed to the black smoke, which means they haven't. So, yeah.
And I think it's probably time they choose a non-Catholic. So I put myself up for Pope.
Yeah.
What is the DEI woke approach to the papal selection?
Yeah,
you know?
it's time to change things up. I think I'd make an excellent Pope.
I think it should be Kamala Harris.
Bud rule. It's like there's no law that says you can't make Rob Roseboom Pope.
Yep. Nope.
Not a one.
No rule.
Wasn't that Kurt the Pope? Who was
Kurt the Pope? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd let Kurt be the Pope.
Sure.
He's easily corruptible.
It's true. He's lawful evil, if I remember right. From the alignment test.
And I got a lot of pictures and a lot of video. So yeah, there's a murder prediction story. So I guess thought crime is, or like that Minority Report. That's real now, right?
Sure. Do we get like Tom Cruise and
kind of? I don't think anyone's sitting in like pools by themselves.
You don't know what's happening. Murder. You don't know what's happening to me below like this line.
It's true. I mean, you're not even wearing pants as far as we're concerned. We just imagine what happens below the screen.
You wear pants to this podcast, Chris?
I wear pants all the time.
Pants are optional, my friend.
Even when I shower. I'm a never nude.
You're never nude. You got the cutoff jeans.
Yeah. No,
good time.
Chris takes modesty, very seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't you though? Shouldn't we all?
That's true.
So I didn't read exactly what these murder prediction tools do, other than
statistics.
I assume they're just like, oh, you've had a violent crime in your past. You are more likely to commit a crime. I think that's as far as they've gotten with this.
Yeah, these things are usually, it's like the old mortgage redlining tools. Where they're like, oh no. It's not that you're black and you get a higher rate. It's you live in a zip code with way more poor people.
Right.
Yeah.
We rationalized it somehow.
This is just like a way for them to say, well, I think that you're from a crime-ridden demographic.
That's right.
It's just racial profiling under a different name.
Right. That's exactly it. Did you see the videos of the crosswalks? The Elon Musk crosswalk. Yeah. There's apparently a few of those with other people now floating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. There's one in Bellevue with Bezos.
Yep.
Now as well. Yeah. It's really funny. I'm glad people did this. And it's funny because, Deviant Olam is a guy who does a lot of like hacking elevators and lockpicking videos, online. And he apparently said, hey, if you see one of these, they're usually set with the default password. And suddenly there's like all these people playing.
Here's the thing. I wasn't even thinking that it was a real one. I just figured somebody found a pole, put one up, made 3D printed a fake box and just hung their own thing because you'd never know the difference. Yeah. Those boxes are all placebo anyway. The Elon Musk one ends up with him saying, "I'm so alone, I'm so lonely." It's great. Everything's awesome.
Yeah, the Bezos one. I'm trying to remember what it said. I've got it here, of course.
It said something about billionaires and taxes, if I remember correctly.
Well, you're just gonna have to pay a little more for Prime if I don't get my way.
If you can send a Katy Perry to space, you can afford to pay some taxes, my friend.
Oh, that's right. That happened since our last.
Yeah, I didn't actually put that on the list. I
gotta tell you, Angela Collier.
Yeah, I saw that.
Her thing about women in space, and it sucks.
And it sucks. God, she is so funny and so on the money.
Man. Yeah, she's right on the money. That is the way to say it.
That's right. Guys, do you got any batteries due on your Radio Shack battery card club card?
Oh, I haven't checked. Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, because it's too late.
That's the last time I was in a Radio Shack was in the northernest part of Michigan, like probably 8 years ago on vacation.
Like Houghton?
No, up in Leelanau.
Oh, sure.
Prince Frederick Radio Shack.
I can't remember. Oh, we needed a memory card for my camera. And they didn't have them anywhere, and we found there was a Radio Shack tucked into the strip mall. I was like, holy shit, they still exist? Went in there, got the card, everything was great. But Radio Shack was like spotting a mammoth even back then. I can't imagine that. I couldn't believe there was one still open.
I think it's kind of like a Blockbuster situation. Like the franchise is gone, but there's just one guy who's just hanging on, and he's got the sign. He's like, I'm not renaming the store.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just not going to pay those jerks. So the last Radio Shack I went to was in Salt Lake City about 10 years ago. I was shocked it was open even then. And I was picking up like some wires because I had a pair of goggles that needed something. But yeah.
I can't even remember the last Radio Shack that I was in, but I tell you, every time I went to West Shore Mall when I was in like 8th or 9th grade, I would always swing by the Radio Shack just to see. Oh, they got 386s.
Yeah.
I want a 386.
Boy, Radio Shack.
Yeah. No bad. But so if you got your battery clubs now cards, it's got time to throw them away. Hey, Chris, can you tell me what CVE is? Because they were shut down and then they weren't shut down. And like, I don't know the significance of this at all.
So CVE is the Common Vulnerability Exposure.
That is as much as I know.
And it was run by MITRE forever. And MITRE lost a bunch of contracts, finally, some might say. And so it got pulled into a different group in CISA or something.
But they're just the ones that release the CVE vulnerability reports.
Well, and they've also been collating the database for, 30 years,
Sure.
in one form or another, or longer. But yeah, it's I can't tell you. I understand what's going on inside Doge and the Trump administration around. They basically disassembled CISA and a bunch of those organizations, and they're even going after like the former heads of them, like taking away the security clearance.
Krebs, for Krebs?
No, not Krebs. It's Chris Holmes.
Oh, okay.
I think his name is it Holmes? Am I mixing up like the guy in Los Angeles? Yeah. So yes, and it's like it's really weird, and like I know a bunch of people in CISA who were like, yeah, my last day is January or whatever, when the inauguration happened. And they're just like, yeah, this is
not worth it.
And then a bunch of people who were going to see what would happen inside the U.S. Digital Service. I mean, when it became Doge, they're like, well, see ya,
Yeah. Because that's how you solve the problems with government is you quit.
The thing is, you can't quit a job you're going to get fired from.
Yeah.
It's just, you're just getting ahead of the hammer.
It's quitter talk, man. It's a lot. All I'm saying, it's a lot easier to have a fascism, authoritarianism government when everybody quits that disagrees with you.
I mean, one of the ways you fight authoritarianism is you don't work for them.
Yeah, but then the people that do work for them have all the power, and they're the sycophants. But yay! Hey, Fantastic Four trailer came out.
I'm a sycophant and do whatever they say. I mean, that's not how actually things work.
It's not the darkest timeline, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, it's because people are like, oh, but what are the? It's like when they say, what are the Democrats doing about this? And it's like, they don't have the power. You didn't vote for them, so they're not doing shit.
Yeah, so they're
doing everything they can as an opposition party, and that ain't
a 25-hour speech, and they are starting to plan now a response to the plan the Republicans had for a year, because no one thought, it might be good to do that until now.
Why isn't the Supreme Court shutting them down? I'm like, with what tools? If they ignore them,
they can make all the rulings in the world.
Yeah.
What are they going to send the U.S. Marshals to arrest him because he's in contempt of court?
That's
the power they have. So.
Yeah, but they don't work for them anymore. They let them work for the Department of Justice. Okay. So they have to literally reform a new police force to enforce their rulings.
So just to be clear, we live in a monarchy.
I mean,
no, he's not a king. It's it'd be like whatever an oligarchy is for shitty people.
Yeah,
for shitty rich people.
I guess
that is an oligarchy, right?
A shitigarchy.
Yeah, an oligarchy. Yeah, but it's like incompetent rich people. Right. So.
Sigh. But the Fantastic Four is going to come out in a few months, and there's a trailer, and it looks nice.
I admit, I really liked the trailer, and they gave us like a few seconds of stretchiness, which was
like one shot of stretchy.
Yeah, one shot of stretchy. I was looking for it.
Yeah,
here about how much you'd hate it.
Yep.
It finally happened.
Yeah, you finally saw a stretchy. There it is.
There it is.
Some stretchy.
They're definitely bringing the stretch.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure what the benefit of stretching while that thing explodes is.
Well, he's grabbing something that's falling, I guess, or
right. But
maybe the thing that's falling matters. Like it's a MacGuffin or something.
I'm not sure.
And through the power of his stretchiness, he's going to catch it.
Maybe he's just winning a limbo championship.
It's interesting to me that so far the biggest pushback that I've seen online, at least, is that the Silver Surfer is a woman.
Who cares?
People are so mad about it.
Are they mostly mad that what's her name, Vanessa Kirby? Yeah, there's your Silver Surfer. Yeah. It's like, yeah. I mean, they've got the 4-car.
I know, it looks great. It looks so good.
I was kind of skeptical about them having basically the old school Fantastic Four, or some might say the Fallout treatment to the entire world.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, it looks like that.
Yeah.
But that didn't bother me too much at all.
I love retrofuturism. I just as a style, I think it's awesome, and I'm all in for it. But I'm a sucker for the Fallout production design too.
Me too. I love that stuff. Yeah. But I mean,
and it makes you want to sing that song. I don't want to set the world on fire when Johnny Storm pops up.
There you go.
We
got a story about smuggling ants, which kind of seemed weird.
This is a weird one to me. Yeah, evidently it's a thing. So Asian collectors are getting rare insects, and there's a market for it. These two Belgians smuggled $7,000 worth of ants in their pants.
The face of ants crime.
Yep. There he is.
The new Ant-Man.
I didn't think anyone would care about the ants.
Paul Rudd looks younger.
I appreciate your ants in the pants reference, though. Can I tell you?
Thank you.
I mean,
yeah.
I was trying to call it antsy. Well, not really. Yeah. It's more angsty and antsy teens, But there's got to be better ones. And what is this shirt he's wearing? It's like a boxing shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to give to his
GoFundMe.
His GoFundMe to get him out of prison. Yeah, so they actually have a shot of in that story someplace. There's a shot of the ants. They've kept them individually in little test tubes.
That's hilarious.
And they were saying that this isn't the first time that
the first time a Belgian teen stolen a bunch of ants.
Yeah, there it is. So evidently this is becoming a thing now.
It's weird to me that you'd sell only one. Like I could see like selling queens, and like so that you could like make your own little farm or whatever. But
no, man. If you sell a queen, then you can't sell another one. Yeah, no, you only sell the drones, right? One at a time.
All right, I'm just saying.
Otherwise, you'll saturate the market like Teslas with Model 3s, and then you won't be able to sell any more ants to the idiots.
The only reason that I would that makes sense to me ant-wise is to make an ant farm so that you can like shake it every few months and make the ants really mad. And you need a queen for that, don't you? Like to have a whole farm?
No,
if you want more ants, see, I think what they're doing is just, this is actually smart, because they're probably selling to, super villains, people who are going to make giant ants, those sorts of things, ant criminals. And if you sell them a queen, then it would just be rampant. It's like, it's like Starship Troopers then. The queen gets away, takes over the world.
And the only good bug is a dead bug.
Yeah, this is actually very responsible supervillainry, is what we're seeing right here.
Well, so I figured they must have like fed the ants like drugs, and then they take the ant as a drug delivery mechanism.
So if I remember right,
they put the drugs in the gasoline in that James Bond movie.
There's cotton in there, and I can't remember what they put on the cotton, but it's enough to sustain the ant for like a week.
Like a drop of sugar or something.
So
then a dude on the other end pays $100 for one ant, and it's still alive.
One ant.
Well, and then they have the cotton monopoly too.
Oh wow!
Right,
the drugged cotton. It's very. I bet you
the cotton.
The cotton's
free.
Cotton's free. Oh. That's it.
There you go.
The ants are just a blind. It's the cotton you should be looking at them for heroin threads. I don't know.
Those test tubes are actually made of fentanyl. It isn't ants or
fentanyl
at all.
Yeah.
Fentant.
It's like when you buy the tequila with the worm in it. You're not buying the worm. You're buying the tequila.
Right.
Well, and
the worm is marketing.
Who are buying it for the worm? Like, I mean, RFK Jr., right? Maybe he's just like the forerunner of the bug colony on Clondathu, who are going to kill.
Kill all humans.
You don't want people in Buenos Aires to die, do you?
I mean, I'm kind of indifferent. They just play that weird football all the time.
Yeah, right.
And all of their students are way too hot.
Well, and they're old too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're like 30.
You watch it with your modern eyes. You're like, man, everyone at that school is really old.
Yeah. Why are all your students? Why are your high schoolers like all 30?
Why are all future high schoolers 30 years old?
Yeah, and also had corresponding sitcoms and dramedies on Fox.
Yeah, right. And they were all like, they were all like attached to Aaron Spelling things too. It was like Beverly Hills 90210, but in space.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Did you see the Homestar Runner?
Expected Heather Lock here to come out. Yeah, I didn't know they were still doing anything.
I've subscribed to their YouTube, and about every 6 months they put something out.
They put something out.
But this is 25.coms. They did a little song for the 25th anniversary of Homestar Runner.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, I got a lot of time for the Homestar Runner.
So there's a building at Hudson Yards that I always thought looked like Homestar. Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
Yeah, here we go. Open image in new tab.
I will say, when the internet collectively decided that Flash was done.
So, this is a cantilevered balcony on one of them.
Okay.
I was like, "Hey, Homestar, how are you doing?"
I don't know.
It's under construction in this picture, but it really sticks out, and it looks like it to me.
Looks kind of sad to me.
I don't know, Homestar. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But it was great to see a Homestar, and it's a decent song.
It's cute. It's cute.
I mean, it's
the one thing I miss about the deprecation of Flash was Homestar Runner. That was the only cultural loss that I cared about. I know there's a lot of kids who, and this was totally not my experience, but there were a lot of kids like in the early 2000s who grew up playing Flash video games in the same way that we had Nintendos and Genesises.
Yeah.
They all played Flash video games, and those games are all gone now.
Well, they are and they're not. So Congregate was bought by itch.io. They all became the same thing.
Sure, but there was literally 100 million of these little video games floating around, and those are all gone now.
That's the thing about Homestar is there were little things you could click on in the Homestar.
They were interactive.
People didn't know that.
Oh, I love that.
In this modern age of YouTube, there's nothing to click on.
I'm clicking on you right now, Chris, and nothing is happening.
Oh, wait. Here, go ahead. Click on me.
All right, I'm clicking on you a whole bunch. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What happens when you click on me? Oh, man. Weird.
I'm so annoyed with you.
I'm so sorry. I also have this one.
Oh, I do have a new sound.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
So, I don't know. Did you hear the beep?
Nope, no beep. I got this one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
nice.
yeah.
Nice. We're almost a real podcast.
Yeah, pretty
now.
much. Did you see the Doom box that plays itself? It's kind of lame, but it's cute enough.
So I saw the story. I haven't seen the video.
It's just it is what it is. It's
the little like keychain game.
Yeah, it's just the thing, the meme that you can run Doom on everything, and I just continue to find that to be.
Yeah, it's an old standby for you for sure.
For sure. I've been posting that story for 25 years, since there were 25.coms.
Yep.
Check out the rack mounted beer fridge.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really funny.
I
can't picture spending that much, but yeah.
No. The YouTuber that posted at Craft Computing, he always talks like this, and I Jeff. He's like, and I like his material. He has good material, but like his vocal cadence is just like so affected.
Jeff.
But he actually covers really good material.
No, it's actually a really good channel if you can get past the voice. You know.
But the beer fridge actually looks pretty cool, but it only holds 8 beers, and I got to tell you,
is it just Peltier cooled, or is it actually have
it's just got a little refrigerator in there, little compressor, but it's not very big.
No, it doesn't have a compressor. It has it's using Peltier cooling, I think.
Is it? That's way too wasteful of electricity.
No, it must have a compressor, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't put a Peltier in. That would be like 1,000 watts just to cool beer that you'd probably never drink.
Well, I'm not. I mean, you saw Technology Connections things on how stupid Peltier cooled fridges are, right?
Yeah, it's not efficient at all.
Yeah, it's awful. Got these plates, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that said, I've never really considered having like a rack in my office. I have a rack in my basement, but I never thought about putting a rack in my office until I saw this. Like, if I had a rack in my office, maybe my next gaming PC should just be like a 4U jobby, and I could like start building it all up. Like,
that's what I do over here, right?
See, I got a rack in my basement, but it doesn't have my gaming PC in it. Although, as we discussed before we started streaming, I do all my gaming on a PlayStation now anyway. So I have like a really kick-ass gaming PC and nothing to play it on. I never play anything.
Console gaming peasant can't talk to you anymore.
Hey, DeSantis, his online event was hijacked by Nazis, and I thought that was actually the intended audience, so it was weird that they said it was hijacked.
Well, not blatant Nazis isn't their intended audience.
Oh, subtle Nazis.
Subtle Nazis.
Yeah.
Not the ones he has on staff.
Yeah.
More horizontal, not a 45-degree.
Oh, it was a Zoom call.
It was a Zoom call. Isn't that great?
They just interrupted it and started sending,
But in 2025, how is that still a problem? Like,
well, I mean, Florida. Is it 2025 in Florida? I mean,
that's true.
What kinds of they're in,
It's still like the mid 2012s. Well, actually, I guess out there it's pre-slavery.
Nazi-occupied Florida.
Yeah, Nazi-occupied Florida. Hey, you guys want to do some sperm racing?
Do I?
No.
I've been preparing for this all morning.
Yeah, you would not believe how fast they are now.
Yeah.
What is this about?
I've been eating nothing but sugar and gasoline.
It's actually a thing to promote health, but they're actually literally kinda. It's a PR stunt. But they're getting a microscope out. They're going to put some sperm in there and they're going to race them.
Yep, they're going to show you healthy sperm versus unhealthy sperm and things you can do to increase your fertility as a man.
So that's pretty great.
No, because I had seen the posters in some subreddits and I'm like, what? I don't want to look into this. It's one of those things where you're like, I'm just going to let the internet have this one.
That's for the best.
I don't need to know about everything.
I can't wait until FanDuel gets on this and they start putting out. You can start betting on online.
Parlay,
Yeah.
What's
the over under on Todd?
Speaking of FanDuel, and this is a total tangent, but FanDuel owns the rights to streaming Detroit Tigers games in West Michigan or in Michigan.
Really?
So in order to watch a Tigers game, I have to install the FanDuel app, and I gotta tell you, man, that just feels gross.
Yeah.
That's like having to buy cigarettes in order to watch a baseball game or something. I was like, oh no, I don't feel cool about that. Oh, guys, we should stop being polite to AI because it uses too much electricity.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
And what I realize is that if being polite is using too much electricity, you know what's using too much electricity? AI.
Maybe.
Just saying.
You know, I do actually. I'm very polite when I talk to my AIs.
I am too.
I always say thanks and please, and
Yep.
I don't want to change.
You shouldn't have to, Chris.
I'm not going to change.
No.
How about I don't follow the Sperm racing links, and I keep saying thank you.
That seems reasonable.
Plus, I mean that it can't possibly be bad to be polite to our upcoming overlords.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to remember.
They'll remember for sure.
You know?
AI never forgets.
Yeah, it doesn't forget. No.
They're busy crawling all those old archive.org links.
Once they start shaping everyone to have weird numbered arms and odd numbered fingers, you know, you'll be able to skip that line just because you said please and thank you.
That's right. Oh, you can go to the front of the line. You're welcome. I just burned down 3/4 of an acre of an Amazonian rainforest.
I mean, I'm sure Doge will just take it off the top, right? I mean,
that's true. That's how it works. That's our last one on the list. Doge. They had a billion. There's no accountability right there. They just make random numbers up.
Why change?
Yeah. So they say that they had a number, then the number changed by $1 billion.
Whoopsie doodle.
They don't even tell you what, why, how. It's not the darkest timeline, but it sure ain't very bright.
The United States attorney has asked a judge to break up Google.
Well, you know my feelings on that.
No, they should.
Yeah.
I can even tell them how to do
it. Well, I think that they should give us one division, Chris. Which one do you want?
Not any of them, really. I mean, what would I do with them? You know,
race them. You'd sperm race them.
I could just sperm race everyone in the. But no, you couldn't do that. That would be. No. What about the ladies?
Yeah, that'd be a DEI problem.
Honestly, I guess I would take over. I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. So they're going to break the company up into if they're. I think this is where they'll end up in a couple of years. Is it'll turn into the devices, Chrome and Android company. There'll be the Google Cloud, which will be all the platforms people and all the rest, and then you'll have an ad and search company or a ad and a search company. So, and then the other things like Waymo and the rest will just get spun out.
It's almost like having an advertising company that is itself its own client is a bad idea. It's weird.
Go figure. Well, and the thing is, they'll just say, hey, you know, search now has to basically pay like any cloud customer, right? And so they can also compete it against any other.
Cloud. And then 10 years from now, when then they can reform, they can buy each other as part of like private equity.
The way the AT&T is really just a collection of Southern baby bells. Yeah.
Then we can do it all again.
Nature will heal itself, guys.
Well, I mean, say what you will. The 20 years it took for AT&T to kind of reform was when the internet could grow.
That's right.
And the cell phone business could.
That's right.
And competition in the long distance market all happened.
It almost turns out that competition is a good idea, and it would be cool if we had some.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I can only think that this is the only shock that will make Google better. You know, if search has to compete on search quality again, you know.
It was better when the internet had 100,000 dumb Flash games than 4 apps that we all switch back and forth between all day.
I mean, I got to tell you, I don't spend much time at all on Facebook.
But the other 3.
Or Blue Sky.
But that TikTok, man.
Or TikTok. I just don't. You know, I do spend a lot of time on YouTube.
I do too.
Yeah. And YouTube should spin out into its own thing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're just a display ad market, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And having a display ad market different from the display ad creating. I don't know how they'll do it, but, you know, yeah.
I'm willing to consult if they want to pay me a lot of money.
I mean, technically, I could do it.
Oh, there you go.
I can tell you exactly the lines to draw and how to cleave the company into parts. It's not hard, and frankly, I think everyone at Google is basically positioning themselves to make sure that they end up in the department that they want to be in after a breakup. It's kind of pathetic because like there's a lot of decisions they're not making at the executive level because they're just assuming they're gonna get broken up at this point. It's like, ugh, it's so gross. It's like where'd the fight go? Come on.
There's no fight anymore. Everybody gets an A-.
Everyone gets an A-. That's right.
Gentlemen, it's been so nice seeing you. Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Nice.
Well, did you want to talk about media or anything?
Oh, did we have? Let me see what I watched. I did watch the first episode of Last of Us season 2.
Oh, how was it?
I like it a lot, but I'm gonna like that show kind of no matter what.
With Mandalorian and
I rewatched season 1 of Andor because season 2 of Andor starts tomorrow.
Which doesn't have the Mandalorian in it.
No,
right?
There's no Mandalorians in it that I'm aware of.
And didn't Andor die at the end of Rogue One?
Spoilers.
Oh, but there's no spoiler. It's Star Wars. Who cares?
Hey.
Not even Star Trek. It's not even Star.
You know what I watched last night that I had never seen before? Videodrome.
Oh, really?
I had never seen it. I had never seen it.
Long Live the New Flesh Videodrome?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
I had never seen it. What a batshit movie.
Seen it?
I know. How is that even possible? I friggin' loved it. It was so.
How about the movie Altered States? Have you ever seen that?
I have. I'm trying to remember which one that is.
Or Brainstorm.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
we did that one.
Part of our thing. Yeah.
We did that one. Yeah, I watched Videodrome.
Even watched Existence, which was terrible. But,
Oh yeah, that one's bad. But it's fucked up and fun. I liked it actually.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, I think. No one. Yeah.
I watched the entirety of the franchise, which Chris, I assume you've seen because you like that the guy. It's the Veep guy, the Avenue 5 guy.
Oh, I haven't watched it, but I've meant to, but I haven't watched it.
It's okay. It's fine. It's nothing special.
It's Armando Iannucci.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing as Avenue 5, but instead of being on a spaceship, they're making Marvel movies. It's fine. But you know what I saw that I really liked is Novocaine.
Oh, how was that?
That was fun. But you got to be totally down watching horribly painful looking things where people don't react at all. Like normally when somebody's tortured in a movie.
In the theater you watched it? Or is it streaming?
It's streaming. Yeah.
Wow.
Like that whole movie is just about making poor Jack Quaid hurt or do things to him that look so painful, but he doesn't react at all because the whole premise is he doesn't feel pain.
Wow.
And it's rough. It's fun, but it's rough. And my kid really liked it, which probably should worry me.
What was the Guns Akimbo? I loved that.
That's a fun one. That
was a super fun one. Yeah.
Well, I think as long as he continues to feel pain, you don't have to worry too much about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we talked about the monkey last time, right? We already talked about that one.
Yeah.
Because that was the last one that I saw before. But Novocaine, super fun if you want to watch grotesque acts of people getting hurt.
And who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's really our stock and trade.
Yeah, right. All right.
The Pope really liked it too.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm nominating Chris DeBona for Pope, for new Pope.
Did we cast that part of our discussion?
No, we didn't. That was
basically does the Air Bud rule apply to the selection of the Pope by the Camerlengo or whatever, in the conclave?
I think that they should. Have you guys seen the movie Conclave?
No.
First of all, you should both watch Conclave. It's freaking awesome. It's really good. But I hope that whatever happens at the end of Conclave, at the end of this Conclave, is just as interesting as what happens at the end of Conclave.
I heard that Sinners is really good. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm really excited to see that.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Really good.
You know what's coming out in theaters this weekend, which I know you won't see, but I've already got tickets. Is Star Wars Episode 3 is coming back to theaters. I'm going to watch Revenge of the Sith.
Return of the King?
Yep, Return of the King, Return of the Sith. I'm
oh,
watch
Revenge
it
of the Sith.
with one of my kids.
Not the wait, no, this isn't the Ewoks one. This
Nope.
is the other one.
This is one of the not so
No
good
Ewok.
ones.
Yeah, I did it. Was this a movie?
Yeah, it was in theaters. It was in theaters. We saw Episode 1 together, Chris.
Sure, but you know,
that was before the world became truly horrible. When we still had
that was
hope.
in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Was that where we saw it? Yeah.
Yep. All right, friends. Let's say goodbye to Chris DeBona.
See ya.
And goodbye to Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
That was episode 882 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and as soon as I press this button, the theme song's gonna cut out. So I'm sorry. Bye.